Today, we are going to talk about storytelling because in order to get good on YouTube or any other platform for that matter, you have to become a better storyteller. Now, this is something that you do every day and you probably don't even realize it because did you realize over 65% of the conversations that you had today were stories? It's sort of how humans communicate. Even from before we had written words, we would draw stories on the wall in the form of cave pictures. Developing that story skill as a way to keep your audience engaged and keep them coming back and keep them wanting more, at the same time, sharing the uniqueness, which is your story, is how you build and keep an audience. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips I know about storytelling. This is a very big subject matter. I have hundreds of tips, but I don't want this video to be a million years long, so we're just going to dive right in. I'm going to ask you real quick if this sounds familiar to you. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall every Saturday, Rap Attack, Mr. Magic Marley Marl. See, again, you know this already. Trust me, I got a benefit. If you are watching this right now and you realize that most of the music you listen to is stories, I want you to nod your head with me. If somebody's watching, you can just tap on something. That little reaction when you tap or you nod, that helps you connect with this better so that it gets in your head. So that way you'll remember it the next time you go to make a video. All of you guys who are musicians, singers, rappers, pastors, salespeople, you already got this. You might not realize you have it, but this is something you do every day. Every day. You tell stories, you paint pictures, you give vivid imagery in order to help you get to an end goal. When you're dating and you're trying to find that person that you like and you're trying to nail the deal, seal the deal, whatever, you're telling stories. You're telling stories about yourself, your youth, your family, your upbringing, so you can make yourself a beneficial candidate to the person who you're trying to link up with. It's just what we do. It's how humans communicate. So people love to hear stories, especially when you can give them a visual where they can feel like they're a part of it. His palms are sweaty. Wee's arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? You know this. He's nervous, but on the surface, he looks calm and ready to drop bombs, but he keeps on forgetting. Like, you know this. You know all of this, right? This is why to this day, we watch so much TV if you're not watching YouTube. So if you're going to be a creator, you got to be really good at telling stories and just understand this is what we do on a regular basis. From the time we're little kids and you ask a little kid to describe his day, the little kid will bust out in story. So you guys get confused. So here's how you do this. When you put your camera on, talk to a person. I'm recording my videos almost always talking to Mary Lou or Louise or Paul or one of you directly. One of you guys leave a question. Yesterday, it was Matt. Yesterday, I'm making a video. I'm talking to Matt. I don't try to think if I'm going to talk to a bunch of people who are going to watch it. That's going to make me nervous. I make it in my head like I'm talking to Matt. I can deliver a conversation to Matt because Matt's my friend. This is what you do. So you want to share it like you're talking to a friend. And then I would say one thing that really helps you is to watch some of the great speakers. Watch some TED Talks. Go back and check out a Steve Jobs keynote. Apple Events is now available on Apple TV, so you can go there directly and look at some of the old Steve Jobs keynotes. When Steve was dropping the keynote, he's never selling you something. He's talking to you. You feel like he's talking to you, and he's just telling you what's going on, and you're on the edge of your seat, and you feel like you're talking to a homie. Same time, you're reaching in your back pocket and you're grabbing your wallet, about to spend $1,000 on the phone. Steve was one of the best. And he spent a lot of time practicing and learning how to do this, right? So I want you to go and check out some of the best speakers, go and check out TED Talks, and just sort of watch what they do. Now, a key element is to begin with the end in mind. I'm not a script writer per se, but when I write my outline, I know what I want that final outcome to be. I know what I want that final statement to be. I'll put that down first. I write that on my outline first. And then I write my hook. The hook is sort of important. I hit you with a hook today. In order to get good at YouTube, you got to become a better storyteller. Did you know that 65% of all conversations are stories? That's my hook. So in the middle, I fill in the gaps, right? In the middle, I hit you with all songs, especially country music. Country music got it down. Something got a hold of me lately. I don't know about myself anymore. It feels like the walls are closing in and the devil's knocking at my door. Whoa, whoa. Like, country music is the best at it. So you can study this. I remember, hold on, here comes the story. Check it out. I remember as a kid riding with my dad in the truck. Dad is a truck driver. Riding with my dad in the truck and like listening to Johnny Cash. And I was like, thought I might as well have been watching TV. Yo, that man was, talk about it, talk about it. Okay, so begin with the end in mind. And then one key thing to remember is story. Again, I'm going to have to make some deep videos on storytelling, but I want to give you some of the basics. If you could do the but then or the therefore in your story, you will make people sit there, right? So I can say, I started YouTube in 2006 when the platform first came out. I uploaded a couple of videos. At that time, you would only get views if you shared those links directly with friends, either through email or on a thumb drive. But then I left and went to Japan. YouTube wasn't really big in Japan yet. I was gone for that first couple, the beginning of YouTube. Therefore, I missed out on some of the early momentum. But then I came back, and it gets even better than this. I started to take the equipment that we had in our electronics store and create videos. And I started to share about Mac because the Mac had a massive explosion around 2010, 2011, where all these new people were coming to Macs. So I started taking my skills as an Apple person and teaching that stuff on YouTube. Therefore, I'm here today, right? Like those things sort of drive people in. And one key takeaway, if you don't remember anything else but this, I want you to remember this. Great story is the one that's retold. So when you watch something today, it's going to resonate with you deep. You're going to go tell somebody. As they say, run tell that. You're going to go tell somebody because a great story is the one that's retold. I mean, I remember discovering this. I'm ashamed to say when I wanted to go to film school, the person who I thought was one of the best, it actually started a film school and I wanted to go to his film school was Kevin Spacey. And we all know how that turned out. Luckily, I didn't sign up. I literally got in trouble right when I was about to sign up for the film school that they were doing in Vegas. It's kind of crazy. See, that's the story. Listen, trust me, this stuff works. If you can wrap your head around the fact that even when you retell the story, you often tell it in a way that makes it your own. Just like your fingerprint or your signature, the way you absorb and retell stories is also your own. It's almost like a signature. That's why it is okay to make a piece of content that maybe somebody else has also made. And I used to choke myself up with that. I used to think I can't make this video now because somebody else made it, even if it's one of my friends. Like Mary Lou just made a video yesterday talking about the microphones we got from Shure. Ba-jang! And before, I would wait 6-8 months before I'd make a video talking about this microphone. I might make one next week. And if it doesn't matter that she told it, my side of the story is different from hers. You know what they say? There's two sides to every story. There's probably about 10. I will make content to try to help you with storytelling. If you feel that you're having a hard time with storytelling, maybe we'll do it as a live workshop so we can sort of practice. I can practice some of the techniques I learned in radio. But you already know how to do this. I just want to let you know, as a 40-plus-year-old somebody, you have ample training in telling these stories. Try to get pulled over by the police one time. Watch how good you cook one up. You know what I'm saying? You already know how to do this. Yeah, I really wanted to share that with you today because I wanted to start getting into some of the soft skills that you're going to need in order to be a good content creator. Because we talk so much about the gear. We talk so much about the studio. We talk so much about the mindset even, which is very important. But what makes the difference between a good, riveting, engaging video is storytelling. Even something as simple as the gestures that you make when you tell a story. When you got to say something important, you guys know me, I'm like, lean in, come closer. I do that all the time. And it's not even attempting to be a funny technique. It's just natural for me at this point. And raising and lowering your voice, getting really soft and really slow when you have something very, very important and you want to make sure it sticks. The best stories are the ones that are retold. You see, that's just normal, standard technique. And again, I'm going to bless up many years of public speaking, many years of radio. It's something that's natural to me at this point. It will become natural to you as you take the time to practice. Keywords are keywords because you put the right emphasis on the right syllable. So I just want to let you know, you already have the power. You've been doing it for the last however many years you are. Since you were first able to talk, you have been telling stories. I need you to tap into that, pay more attention, be mindful. And one of the best ways to become a good storyteller is to become a better listener. Now, that's a soft skill that we're going to cover at a later date in the video when we talk about doing interviews or getting yourself ready to be interviewed. If you like this video, and you know what I'm going to say, anybody who's been here in the LGL fam, you know what I'm going to say. I don't know who needed to hear that, but if it was you, let me know in the comment section below. You got a storytelling tip? Drop that down in the comment section below. If storytelling is something that really scares you or drives you crazy and you really don't know where to start, drop that down in the comment section below. I think I'm going to have to start building some content around this because it is just a skill that can make or break the difference. Any of you who've been lucky enough to see me speak live, you've seen what happens when I get on the stage. You've seen how I can just flip. I just flip the switch, and the magic just comes in. It's something that I've loved ever since I was a wee lad. Yes, you got permission. You already know how to do this. Let's hone it up. Right now, the algorithm is going to show you another video that I think you should watch, and I agree with them.
I need to know everything. Who and the what and the where. I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George. I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse. I'm ready for war. I'm coming for throats to turn to a ghost. I need to know everything. Now you be surprised at the info you get is by letting them talk, so I'm letting them talk. Gotta keep quiet, maneuver in silence.